Welcome out there. My name is Laolu Akonde, and you are on to Inside Sources. Here is my take for the week entitled, What Can Be Done? This title is a new series exploring policy prescriptions and priorities for our governments. In the quest to elevate national discourse and in the pursuit of public interest, we will delve into some hints of broad policy outlines that can transform our existence as a people. And today we want to start with a focus on human capital development. This ought to be one of our topmost absolute priorities. While it is important to build up the country for infrastructural development, human capital development ought to be a higher priority. This is simply because of the unrivaled transformative capacity that education has to impact more of our people and liberate huge populations from ignorance, poverty, and misery. For instance, let's look at the audacious plan of the Tinubu administration in the now much talked about Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road Project. We should give the president the benefit of the doubt in this 15 trillion gargantuan infrastructural project. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt, because we are persuaded that this infrastructural project will be of significant economic benefit. But let us challenge him, the president I'm talking about, to come up with an equally, if not a much more audacious plan for the education and the health of our people. Take education, for instance. In this country today, we have pupils in their millions learning with their bellies on the floor in schools because there are no chairs and desks. We have hundreds of pupils being taught in one class, perhaps with 2 or 3 teachers in total. We have classes where different categories are bunched up without separation into primary 1 or primary 2 or primary 3 or 4 and so on and so forth, due to the insufficiency of space and inadequate number of qualified teachers. Those things are happening for the most part in this country. This is not to talk of pupils who don't even have schools, children that are out of school. We have over 20 million out-of-school children in Nigeria, according to UNESCO. Public education in Nigeria is now entirely on ground zero. So why can't we develop an irreducible plan, an audacious plan that revises this shameful state of our education and deliver the much-needed educational revival? Even in higher institutions, students are cramped both in their classes and in living rooms like sardines in cans, with disease-prone sanitation outlets and living conditions that are not even fit for indentured servants. Yet, we have had it so well done in this country before in the area of education, and it served us very well. Today, as the world is progressing faster in the knowledge economy, proper education as a factor of development is even more urgent than before. If we don't make education our absolute #1 development priority, we are already defining the kind of future our children and their children will inherit. Yes, the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway project will open up the country and facilitate significant economic growth. But we also need an audacious plan for healthcare. In this country today, pregnant women and accident victims, they are still being wheeled on wooden barrows in many cases to the hospitals or healthcare centers. In most cases, those centers and hospitals have nothing. They are bare. Access and affordability to decent healthcare is still far too fetch in our country. So why not have an 8-year program, just like the Coastal Project, that delivers healthcare to our people so that the poor can get it? Why not an audacious free healthcare to people who can afford it? Why not a system of effective ambulance and emergency response? Why not have well-resourced, top-notch hospitals where those who can pay can go to? These things are possible. Let us quell all this embarrassing medical tourism abroad, in which a lot of our elites have become famous patients around the world, going to places like India and Turkey and France and UK and Germany. We can all that by having an audacious healthcare program in this country. So when we consider the almost unbearable level of multidimensional poverty in Nigeria, we have no excuse not to make human capital development our number one development priority, even as we fight the worrying menace of insecurity in the land. So, as the Tinubu administration goes ahead with the Lagos-Calabar project, let it also be that we will have a big vision cast for human capital development in this country. Let the Tinubu administration influence state governments to buy into such a big vision. Let's have a near-term, mid-term, and long-term audacious plan to banish poverty from the country, to banish want from the land, to banish mystery from our country, to banish ignorance from the land, to banish disease from the country. If we have the audacity to have this 15 trillion naira coastal project, we can do anything that we care to do. And there you have my take for the week. Inside Sources will be right back. And today, we're having a focus on the idea to change the governance system from presidential to parliamentary system. But first, before that, we continue our conversation on the future of Nigeria with the former deputy governor of Anambra State. Inside Sources will be right back.